war for the internet has begun.
This is Kim.com, a notorious hacker.
I was a hacker.
Probably one of the most famous ones in computer history, and maybe a whole lot more, depending on which version of the story you believe. One of Germany's earliest tech entrepreneurs.
He had a knack for finding financial opportunities in technology.
A trader, a scammer, an activist, a visionary, a criminal, a scapegoat.
We are going to use every weapon in our arsenal to destroy this guy.
Hollywood's number one enemy.
A popular hub for illegally downloaded movies.
A folk hero in the fight for internet freedom. A pro gamer, an eccentric multimillionaire, a musician, an aspiring politician and marketing genius.
Yeah, like mega upload.
Kim.com may be many things, but one thing is for sure. He has changed the internet forever. And this is his story.
Mega upload.
We originally spoke to German journalist Janne Knödler
team host a fantastic podcast.
And her team host a fantastic podcast series called Wild Wild Web. The first season is dedicated entirely to Kim.com. His story begins in the early 90s, in Kiel, a city in the north of Germany. This is long before he launched the infamous file-sharing platform Mega Upload, before he became the most wanted man on the internet. Back then, he was just Kim Schmitz. He will later claim he attended an elite boarding school in a castle, and that he graduated with a special diploma for gifted students at just 17. None of that is true. He actually went to a public high school for lower secondary education and lived in a home for troubled youth. This detail is significant as it highlights a recurring pattern throughout his story. Kim has always tried to portray himself as more than he actually was, as bigger, better, and smarter than his peers. Kim's parents separate when he is young. His father is a violent drunk, so the boy often retreats to the safety of his bedroom. There he discovers the magic of computers and becomes obsessed. He starts writing his own programs and gets involved in the early days of the internet, before most people even knew what it is. By the early 90s, Kim is running what is essentially a server for trading pirated software. And apparently, he isn't just hosting it. He is eavesdropping on the users, listening in on the emerging hacker scene. The trading platform also earns him his first money. Around the same time, he debuts his now famous alias, Kim, an homage to the main character in The Fugitive, who is wrongfully accused of murder and forced to flee from the authorities. This is Kim in 1992, in a grainy segment of German national TV, showing off how to make free phone calls worldwide by routing through the US. He claims he coded the software himself. The show dubs him the nightmare of national telecommunications. A Forbes article claims he's the leader of an international hacker group called Dope, and one of the most well-known hackers in Germany. Allegedly, he developed an encrypted, tap-proof mobile phone and sold hundreds of them. Back then, a curious teen like Kim.com could teach himself to code and stumble into the center of a global tech saga. Today, understanding how the digital world works is more essential than ever, and you can do it too. You just need the right tools. Brilliant is an interactive learning platform that helps you get a grip on the logic behind code by doing, not memorizing. Brilliant's programming lessons are designed to help you develop real coding intuition, even if you're starting from zero. You'll learn by solving bite-sized challenges that teach you how to think like a programmer, breaking down complex problems into manageable chunks of code, getting familiar with Python, and building your own digital tools from scratch. It's hands-on, efficient, and actually really fun. Try everything Brilliant has to offer free for 30 days. Just scan this QR code or visit brilliant.org/fern. You'll also get 20% off the premium subscription. In the mid-90s, Kim is arrested for his shady dealings involving the software trading server. He's convicted in 1998 and receives a 2-year suspended sentence. But Kim remains undeterred. He uses his conviction to boost his hacker image. Kimbo, the larger-than-life tech renegade. At the time, most journalists have no clue how computers actually work. In this climate, it's easy for Kim to turn myth into media headlines. He claims to have hacked into Citibank and wired $20 million to Greenpeace. That is almost certainly made up. While Citibank had in fact been hacked a few years earlier, the hackers were Russian, not German, and they definitely didn't donate the money to Greenpeace. Kim also claims to have breached both the Pentagon and NASA. Again, the hacks were real, but not carried out by him. People in the scene start having serious doubts about whether Kimbo even has the skills to pull off any serious hacking. But scattered skepticism doesn't dent Kimbo's carefully crafted image. He doubles down on his reputation and launches a cybersecurity firm called Data Protect. The logic is simple. Who could better protect you from hackers than the most dangerous hacker himself? Data Protect takes off and he starts to make serious money. In 2000, he sells 80% of the company. It's the peak of the dot-com boom, and Kim has ideas. Some are actually ahead of version of two-factor authentication years before it became a thing. Then there are also ideas like the Mega Car, a concept car with an onboard computer, built-in video conferencing, and 16 SIM cards for mobile internet on the highway. It never hit the market. In any case, Kim becomes a rising star in the business world, and he shares his extravagant lifestyle online.
Hello, everybody. This is Kim.com. This is my girlfriend. This is my cat. This is my cow storage. This is my beach. This is my sky. What the fuck?
Hauptsache, dass das alle happy sind. Wenn alle sagen, wir fahren jetzt höchstens 220 und nicht mehr 300, dann machen wir das doch.
Private jets, luxury cars. During peak .com mania, he claims he'll rescue the flailing e-commerce startup Let'sBuyIt.com. And he makes a headline-grabbing appearance on a German late-night show to sell the story.
Du hast dieses Unternehmen gerettet. Ist das auch richtig?
Das ist richtig, ja.
Warum bewirft man dich dann mit schmutzigen Vorwürfen in der Presse?
मुझे एमएससी से कॉल आ गई है कल मेरा इंटरव्यू है
In truth, Kimbo never actually saves that firm. He buys up shares on the cheap, pumps the stock with media hype, and then cashes out. That's textbook insider trading and illegal. He tries to flee to Thailand, but fails. He's slapped with another 20-month suspended sentence and a 100,000 euro fine. Most of his ventures go belly up, and as the global .com bubble bursts and triggers a full-blown economic crisis, Kim decides to emigrate to Hong Kong. He launches a new string of sketchy ventures and shows off even more fancy cars. Let's skip ahead a bit. It's 2005, and Kim.com is about to change the internet forever with The idea is deceptively simple. It's essentially a cloud service, a site where people can upload files for others to download them, years before Dropbox and Google Drive. No accounts, just links. It doesn't take long for people to realize that Mega Upload makes it very easy to share entire movies and full-length music albums. Kim is not the first to offer this kind of service, but Mega Upload just works extremely well. A lot of storage for the time, fast downloads. The company quickly morphs into a sprawling network. Some of you may still remember the sister site Mega Video and its infamous 72-minute time limit. At its peak, Mega Upload is the 13th most popular website on the internet. With 50 million users a day, it accounts for a whopping 4% of global online traffic. This is before Spotify and Netflix. Back then, people would spend a small fortune on DVDs and CDs. Around $20 for Spider-Man 2, $16 for the new Green Day album. And all of a sudden, it's all out there for free. Hollywood and the music industry quickly realized they're missing out on massive chunks of revenue. So, in the early 2000s, they declare war on piracy. First, they sue Napster into the ground.
A federal court ruled Monday Napster must stop allowing music fans to swap copyrighted material.
Then comes the DVD scare ad era. But none of that is stopping Mega Upload. For years, authorities